Dear colleagues, my name is Andrew Warnowski. I'm a head of Financial University's Blockchain Laboratory, and I appreciate the ability to take part in this conference. I'm happy to present our research about development of crowd investing on the basis of ICO crypto assets using block options for the supply of electric generation capacity. According to experts, the provision of energy generation facilities may be exhausted due to the growing demand on energy, as well as the depreciation of previously constructed facilities. Existing financial instruments do not allow a broad mass of investors to participate in financing the energy sector. These are mostly utilized by professional participants. At the same time, future energy consumers are interested in acquiring it at reduced tariffs and could become anchor investor in the construction of new facilities. New instruments for attracting financing are needed, considering the high capital intensity and significant time costs for the construction of energy infrastructure. Nowadays, various companies are developing blockchain-based applications for the electric power industry in many countries around the world. The reason for so much attention to the technology of the distributed ledger in the electric power industry is the prospect of optimizing not only the process of trading in power capacity, but also the process of energy generation and distribution of power capacities. In modern society, derivative financial instruments were introduced to supply electric power in order to provide a more stable situation with energy supplies and their prices. Derivatives can help reduce the risk associated with forecasting the volume of deliveries, deviation from the price of application to comparison with competitive offering, and price volatility in the industry market. In addition, their low predictability in connection with the specific of the goods, the territory dependence on network infrastructure, inability to storage. Also the risk of non-payments, which has become a serious threat to the industry in recent years. However, the market for derivative financial instruments for electric supplies is extremely weak in the Russian Federation, which prevent the companies from effectively hedging risk in this way. In addition, most refer to these tools as being speculative, which shows low proficiency with respect to the use of derivatives. It was suggested that the decentralized platform could be built based on the analysis of the Russian electricity market, integrating the advantages of option and ICOs, to form a model in which both future consumers and private investors could participate in financing the construction of new facilities and granting access to cheaper energy. The study of existing energy blockchain projects allowed us to identify the two most successful investment strategies: Grid Plus and WePower solution. The key factors were signed agreements with energy companies, the availability of tested technological solution, and active marketing policy. However, it is still difficult to talk about the effectiveness of the projects reviewed in terms of comparing cost and financial results, since they are not fully implemented in the moment. Theoretically, the benefits for supplier and consumer are obvious. It has been established that the liquidation of intermediaries and peer-to-peer calculation will inevitably lead to the reduction in energy prices in a highly competitive environment. The results of the analysis of the effectiveness of various option models, as well as a formed view of the appropriateness of holding options for the supply of power capacity, made it possible to draw up a model for the interaction of the parties. The proposed solution combines the advantages of previously analyzed project and is designed to minimize the likelihood of instability in the energy market. Given the importance of the investment component, it was decided to form a blockchain model with three types of tokens. An external token, ET, which is a unit of account. It is traded on a crypto exchange and can be exchanged for an internal or investment token of a vendor. Internal energy token of individual suppliers, T1, T2, up until Tn, which is necessary for energy trading, call and put options. Each internal token is provided with a certain amount of generated energy, which allows investors to guarantee the right to receive it in the future. At the same time, the token which identifies the energy will serve as a marker confirming the fact of the transaction. The investment token I1, I2, up until IN, a counting unit for attraction of financing. Decentralized cryptocurrencies are traded on all centralized exchanges. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are the ideal objects to steal. Transactions are not reversible. Transfers are difficult to trace. Centralized exchange of cryptocurrencies is not sustainable in the long term, since the cost of the successful attack can spoil any successful exchange. On the other hand, while there is a very high transaction capacity, the site will not be able to have a suitable solution for a fully decentralized trade. But the solution can be simple: a decentralized blockchain system with a centralized order of checking the blocks. That is, there is a server that corresponds to incoming order but doesn't have access to the resources. There is no chance that the user will be able to lose money in the setup, since he has full control over the funds. When the server finds the corresponding pair, it initiates that transfer to the block that moves the funds. Correctness of compliance is verified in a decentralized way, and no funds can be transferred if orders are not verified. Two types of tokens will be used in order to conduct options: internal and external. Call option, where the basic asset is electricity, is formed by the supplier. The consumer receives the right to supply energy at the specified time at a certain strike price after payment of the option fee. If the market price exceeded the exercise price at the moment of execution, the consumer realized his right by paying the supplier a stipulated amount in external tokens. External tokens received by the supplier can be immediately sold on the exchange for other currency. The platform will be able to implement the bull call spread option, which reflects the strategy. Then an agent buys call option for a certain price and at the same time sell a call option for the same product, but at a higher price. It is used then an agent expects an increase in the price of goods. Add-ons to the existing system and a special user interface are needed to support the operation of such a mechanism of the basis of smart contract. In addition, such a contract will need to control the lower and higher price limits in order to activate itself if the latter is reached. To do this, it periodically updates the data from the market base of commodity prices. It was in studies revealing that we analyzed the markets of existing blockchain financial derivatives and energy supply in Russian Federation. We compared the models and projects of existing companies and startups. And we developed the trading platform based on the options with the help of blockchain technology. Thank you for your attention.